Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Wednesday, right? Today, right? Yep, Wednesday the 8th. Getting all my days mixed up here. How is everyone doing? All right, let me get that muted there. All right, let me know when you guys can hear and see my screen. I'm gonna go ahead and do some screen sharing here. Hey, Mike. All right, get all my screens organized here and get my notes. Okay, so got a lot of updates for you today. Gonna wait just one more minute while we wait for everyone to hop on here. I got the link out a little late. Just a ton of stuff going on behind the scenes right now. So got updates for the bonus pool, traffic updates for Doty, for the IO games, some questions that I saw in chat. So all sorts of good stuff. All right, let's see, what time is it? 3:01. Yeah, we're probably good. I'll go ahead and get started here, and then people can watch the replay if they want to. That way, you guys don't have to wait. All right, let me get my notes up. Okay, so first thing I want to do is welcome to all the new ambassadors. We're seeing more and more signups come through the past few weeks. Quite a few signups this month so far. So for all of you who are sharing this opportunity with others, we greatly appreciate it. And for those of you who listen to those who are sharing it, we greatly appreciate you as well. We're glad to have you here. It's an exciting time that you've joined in here. A lot of stuff is going to be happening in the next few months. We got a major game release coming up next month, and I'll get into this stuff in a little bit here, but things are about to really start kicking off, so you've joined at a good time. Things are going to get really exciting really fast here. So we've got a lot of stuff to knock out this month for Doty, and I'll cover that in that section. But just know that you're in the right place at the right time, and everything is coming together great. So glad to have you. Welcome. And I'll dive right into some updates on the platform here. So the first thing I want to talk about is making sure that you guys get your profile filled out so that we can start the payment process side of things. When you log into the Ambassador platform, if we do not have your information that we need, you're going to see this nice little red banner up here. And all you have to do is click on this. It's going to take you to the profile, and you just need to fill out the profile information here. The mobile phone, home phone, don't necessarily need the facts. Fill out your address and your country. And then what we're going to do is we're going to import that into QuickBooks. And then we will use that to QuickBooks will then send you a few emails once we trigger it. And then you'll be able to enter in your bank information and your 1099 information for USA people, and any tax information that we need from non-USA ambassadors. It will all be collected through QuickBooks. And then we use them as a payment processor as well to actually pay the invoices out that we owe you guys. So it's a kind of a streamlined process that we're trying to get set up here. So if you have not filled this out yet, please take care of this today. We're going to be reaching out to those of you who are over the payment threshold. I'll be doing that next week. And for those of you who are over the threshold or we feel are going to hit it with this month's payment, profit share distribution, we're going to reach out to you guys, and we're going to do some testing with you guys for the payment process side of things so that we can test the whole process. So we're going to send you guys, we're going to trigger the emails to go out to you guys so you can fill out your bank information, the 1099, the tax information, and we'll go from there. So if you're in that category, we'll be reaching out to you within the next week, and we'll work with you guys to kind of streamline the process for everyone else so we can kind of see how the process flows, how it all comes together. We'll learn what works, what doesn't work, what doesn't work with that small group, and then we'll get the whole group in on the next step of filling out the bank information and tax information and all of that. So that's what we're working on right now on the payout side of things. So if you haven't filled out that stuff, make sure you do it, and then this little message here will go away. The next thing I want to talk about is the bonus pool. So the last update call, I mentioned that I was going to talk to my leadership team and see what we could do about some of the timelines and the dates on everything. We decided that we did not want to move the ambassador tier level timeout. That's going to stay August 31st. And the reason for that is for those of you who have really worked your way up the different tier levels here. So you can see our Ruby ambassadors are starting to grow. Got a lot of emerald, a lot of gold and silver. So for those of you who are climbing these ranks, we want to make sure that your hard work isn't diluted down further by extending that date out further. So people who are getting their tier levels before August 31st, that's when the cutoff is going to be still. But what we wanted to do was move the bonus pool cutoff from May 15th to the last day of May. How many days are in May? We've got 31 days in May. So the cutoff for this bonus pool is going to be May 31st. And that will basically be any money that I'm going to have this on a blog post as well to detail it all. But basically, the way the bonus pool works is it's 5% of mobile advertising, mobile game advertising, and 5% of IO game advertising goes into this bonus pool. And it's a matching pool. So any dollar that is contributed towards the company for coin purchases or referrals, anything like that, you get that matching amount in this bonus pool. So the reason we want to do it to the end of the month is just we had the delay with the IO games, and I'll be talking about that in a minute here. But just give everyone a little more time to bring in referrals and to bring in more coin sales if you want to go towards that matching bonus pool. So we've got a major launch coming up with Doty on June 1st. Everything there is good, so I'll get to all that in a second here. But we wanted to make the bonus pool for everything that you were doing before the major game is release is out there, because the decision to become an ambassador, the decision to buy game coins is a lot harder right now when we don't have the game released. So we want to reward those of you who are taking the chance on us and showing your support to us, and buying the game coins and bringing people in right now and coming on board right now. The new people that are joining get the same matching bonus as well in this bonus pool. So we want to show our appreciation for those of you who are taking a chance on us before we have a major game release, because after we have a major game release and it's popular on Steam and the company's making a lot of money, it's not as hard of a decision to come in for $500 when the company's already making profit and you get to instantly share on that. So we want to reward you guys who are coming in before that date. This is just a way to thank you for your taking a chance on us, and we're not going to let you down. So that's the update with the bonus pool. And again, I'll get this all detailed in a blog post. I'll work with Richard on that, and then that way you guys can know exactly how this bonus pool works, because I know it's been a little muddy how it all works, but we'll get that in a blog post. I'll work with him on that, and then just know that it's the end of this month for when that gets cut off, and that's when it'll show up on the site as a coin pool. And you'll be able to see what percentage of that pool you have. All right. So the next thing, I'm actually going to move this up in my notes to cover this now, because it's kind of an admin type thing. So another little change on how we are working with the coin pools. So let me go to. So this is the buy coin pool page. What we wanted to do was we were thinking of how we could reduce risk for the ambassadors and how to make the whole process easier on the accounting side, and all of the way that we report everything and the way that we account for everything and the way that we share profit with everything, and trying to manage the risk for you guys. We want to combine the it's a mouthful. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine all IO games and all mobile games into one coin pool. So all IO games will be one coin pool, all mobile games will be one coin pool. So they'll be called IO game coins and mobile game coins. And the reason we're combining these is so that in case one IO game doesn't do as good as another IO game, then you guys don't have to worry about which IO game you want to buy into. Which IO game is going to do better? Do I have to worry about one becoming popular and then dying off, and I've got all my coins in this, and what happens when the game isn't popular anymore? Not being able to move it over to another game. So what we want to do is just put everything into one IO game pool, one mobile game pool, so that all of the games can kind of carry the risk equally, so that if you buy 100 IO game coins, you're going to share in all IO game profit, not just one. Like here, if you bought Kingdoms IO, you would only share in that. If you bought in 20 lives, you would only share in that, and you would have to buy in both pools to share in both of the pools. So we're combining them all. So the way this is going to work is next week we're going to work on combining them. You won't have to do anything. What we did want to offer, though, is for anyone who bought IO coins in either Kingdoms or 20 lives, if you bought them not from the ambassador, when you join, you get 100 coins in each. But if you bought up and above that initial 100, so if you look over here at your game coins and you see more than 100 here and more than 100 here, if you want to move those over to Day of the Infected or Forsaken Legends, I'd recommend Day of the Infected because that's going to come out in June 1st. Forsaken Legends is in design stage, so it's a while out still. We will let you guys move those out of the IO games if you don't want to. If you don't like the fact that we're combining them, is what I'm saying, is that you can use this opportunity to move those over to Day of the Infected if you choose to do so. The catch with the IO and the mobile pools is that every time we announce a new game, we're going to add 500,000 coins to that pool. So there is a little bit of a dilution factor that you have to consider. Every time a new game is released, you would have to, and you'll be able to, buy 200 coins to keep your same percentage, if that makes sense. So right now, when we combine these, there's going to be 1 million coins in there. When we have a new IO game, there'll be 1.5 million. The next one, 2 million, and so on. So if you wanted to keep the same percentage that you have right now, you would have to keep buying 200 coins every time a new project was announced. When we announce a new project, everyone will have the ability to buy 200 coins before it's opened up to anyone else. So everyone will have the chance to keep their same percentage if they want to. But since there's that factor of possible dilution, if you don't want to keep buying IO coins, we will let you move those coins out now to Day of the Infected if you want a set on one game. Can you guys let me know if that's making sense to you guys? You guys are a little quiet today. Does that make sense why we're moving them to one coin pool? And what do you guys think of that? Let me know your thoughts on moving everything to one pool. It should be better for you guys because you don't have to worry about which IO game to buy into or which mobile game to buy into. It's going to spread the risk out across all games. So if one takes off like crazy and you didn't buy as many coins in it, you're not going to miss out on sharing in the profit of some really popular IO games if they just blow up. Okay, cool. I was hoping I was explaining that well. My brain is a little fried. We got a lot of stuff going on this month to get everything ready to go. It's all good. Everything's going awesome. It's just a lot of detail work. So, all right, cool. So next week we will move towards combining those. We'll combine them for you. If you want to move your IO coins, again, if you have more than 100 in either of these here, feel free to reach out to support, and we'll move them over to Day of the Infected if you want to do that. Whatever you guys want to do. So on that note, let's talk about the IO game progress. So what we ended up doing was we moved, originally we had one developer working on each game. So we had one developer working on 20 lives, one developer working on Kingdoms. What we did was we moved both developers over to 20 lives. One is working on the server side, one is working on the client side. And what this allows us to do is have people that are focusing solely on one aspect of the game, the server side, and one aspect of the side, the client side, so that we can get a game out in a better state than we would of them working separately. So they're working together now on 20 lives, and it's coming together good. I've got a timeline from them on how it's all coming together. What it looks like is we're shooting for a June 1st launch. So we're going to have 20 lives launching hopefully on the same day that Doti launches. So we'll be able to cross-promote them both. We'll be able to promote 20 lives inside Day of the Infected since it's a similar game, and vice versa. We'll be able to promote Doti in 20 lives and just cross-promote the heck out of them. So that's the updated timeline that I have at this time. I get an update every week to make sure that we're staying on schedule and to see what they're working on. I'm going to be updating a new build to 20lives.io every week as well. They're going to be sending me an update, a new build every Friday. as long as things are functional with what they're working on at the time. So things are looking good with 20 lives. And then once we're done with 20 lives, we're going to move to Kingdoms. So originally, we were going to launch with a minimum viable product. What this is going to allow us to do when we launch 20 lives, it's going to be a much more polished game. It's going to be a solid game rather than just getting something out there. So that's the benefit of moving them both onto one game, is they can really focus on their areas and make it a lot more polished than they would be able to if they were trying to finish both sides, the server and the client. So things are going good there. So I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on the progress with that. And yeah, I know there's a long delay. I don't know what it is with YouTube. I don't know if it's like 30 seconds or something. But yeah, it's a pretty long delay. So sorry about that. Let's dive into. So that's IO Games. 20 lives coming along great. Looks like June 1st. That's what we're shooting for right now. And we'll go from there. I'll keep you guys updated every Friday. When I do these updates, I'll have an update from them. So I'll continue to keep you guys up to date with how things are going. But yeah, June 1st looks like a party day. So I'm going to be doing some live streams. What day? I believe that's a Saturday, right? Let me see. Yep, that's a Saturday. So I'm going to be doing streams on Twitch all day long. I'm going to be trying to get as many streamers doing that as well. So we're going to make it a big party day. All right, so let's go on to Dota progress. I've got a call next Tuesday, I think it is, with EAC. It's a major anti-cheat company. We're looking into what the expenses are for teaming up with them for an anti-cheat service. We're going to be doing our own in-house anti-cheats as well, anti-hacks, but it doesn't hurt to just see what's out there in the industry, to see what they have to offer. So we're definitely looking into the anti-cheat aspect of things to make sure that the game stays clean. It's an ongoing cat and mouse game. You're always going to have cheaters, so we're always going to be hunting them down, finding ways to stop them, and then they're always going to be looking at ways to get around our protection. So, yeah, I think I have an updated picture of the character. Let me let me find it. All right. So here's an updated look of the character. Ben's been working on getting it into the game, hooking up to all the animations. We scaled the hands down some. We think it looks a lot better. The hands were pretty big before, so this is the latest look of the character. We've got some updates on how we are. I'm reworking with Mike the HQ. We're consolidating things. He looks like me. He does kind of, doesn't he? Hopefully my hands aren't that big though. No name yet. He's a Joe Schmo. Chili's been working on some really cool effects to dynamically show the infection level. The things are I'm super happy with Dota. Dota is coming together awesome. We've got an amazing team working on the game. Everyone is doing really good with the parts that they're working on. We've got another developer starting on the 20th of this month, another super strong developer that has worked with Ben before. Super excited to get him on board. We're going to have him look at the building system first, I believe, so players can build houses and bases and things like that. So lots of stuff going on there. We're working on consolidating the headquarters. What we're going to do to make sure that we stay away from any pay-to-win aspect, we're going towards where players can unlock skins on the HQ, and they can also unlock daily rations is what we're calling them right now. I don't know if that's the final name, but basically quality of life stuff. So there's zero pay-to-win aspect of anything in the game. Players will not be able to buy weapons or vehicles on the HQ. They'll only be able to buy skins, which make them look different and will allow them to stand out. So what this does is it allows all players access to all items in the game, an even playing field, and all we do is we sell cosmetics. It's a proven business model. Fortnite, for example, hundreds of millions of dollars a month. So what we're doing is we're allowing people to earn credits, not just have to buy them. So our revenue will be way higher than the potential for revenue is way higher than just charging people money. And then the HQ platform also allows us to monetize all players, regardless if they earn currency or not. Because with the news, with the video, with the daily ration system, people will have to open the screen and they'll be viewing advertisements. So we have a really solid monetization strategy in place for Doty, and we'll use this, going forward for all of our games. But we're gonna consolidate the HQ quite a bit to make it super streamlined, and then we're also going to be offering a monthly subscription that players can purchase for. Right now, we're thinking $4.99. We'll figure it out. What that does is it allows people to get their daily ration every day without having to complete the tasks that they would normally do on the HQ. So for people that are busy, that just want to collect their ammo, their food, their building resources on a daily basis, it's not pay to win at all. It's all stuff you can get in the game anyways. It's just kind of making your life easier. They can pay that subscription, and then we're going to be generating revenue month after month, regardless of how much they play the game or how many times they play. So we'll have that kind of help solidify the monthly revenue as well. And if we keep it low enough, I think we'll get a pretty high acceptance rate with that. I would definitely pay $4.99 a month for a game that I was playing if I was getting bonuses every time every day I played. So yeah, if we can get Ninja on board, that'd be awesome. So if anyone has his phone number, let me know. One of the companies that we talked to, they work with a lot of streamers and things like that. So, it's a huge budget to get somebody like that interested if you were going to pay him. But the chances are, a lot of these streamers can find the game organically in the Steam free-to-play section, or their viewers check the game out and then request their streamers that they watch to play the game. So a lot of this happens organically. You don't have to pay everyone to check the game out. So we'll see how it goes on launch day. We're going to be reaching out to a bunch of people too. So we're going to be reworking the main menu in the game with clear call to actions to get people onto the HQ on a daily basis. So we're going to make sure that we get people onto the website as much as we possibly can. So when we launch in June, even though we don't have the cosmetic system in place or anything like that, we're still going to be able to heavily monetize people by getting them to the website every day to check out news and video updates and things like that. So the content side of things will be it'll be really kicked up a few notches once the game launches. We'll be putting video content out frequently for people to watch. And of course, the whole time they're watching it, we're showing ads on the right-hand side to make revenue. So we're also, still working on the mobile app idea, trying to see how fast we can get that in, because with a daily ration idea, getting a mobile app in would be a huge revenue stream, not hard to make at all. And it's really valuable for the players to be able to see how their bases are doing, check up, on their clans, their friends, things like that. So the mobile app is going to be a huge revenue stream. That's all included in the Doty game coins. It's not going to be a separate pool for an IO game. We're going to include that in the Doty. So a huge revenue stream for Day of the Infected. So that's all the update I got for Doty. Everything is coming along great. Everything is on schedule. Ben is hoping within a few weeks we'll have a playable version of everything to show you guys, so you guys can get in there and check it out before we launch on Steam. That's going to give us a week and a half to really polish things, get it ready to go for Steam, get the servers going. I've been working on how to scale up the server side of things dynamically, and we're also working on how we can update all of the servers at one time when we have new builds, and a lot of the server infrastructure stuff I've been working on behind the scenes, getting that stuff ready for launch as well, so that we can be ready for the big push, the massive hit on June 1st. Super, super, super excited to see us finally at this point ready to launch Day of the Infected. It's been a long time coming. For those of you who have been around for over a year, you guys have been able to see the progress from the start. Super, super excited to be at this point and ready for the next phase of the game, get it out in the world in a full-scale public view, and see what people think, and start making some money, some good money. All right, what do we got next? Looking at my notes. So some people had some questions. I forget who it was, sorry, about what would happen if the company is sold or a game is sold. I talked with my team on that, and what they said was what normally happens in a deal like that is there's two things that can happen. either there's a contract in place. So let's just say, for example, we sold Holy Fire Games. There would be a contract in place that the new buyer would have to honor any existing contracts that the company has with all of you. So the existing contracts would stay in place. The other option is that they would have to provide a buyout for all of the ambassadors to buy them out of the contracts and the deals that we have with you guys. So there is not a scenario where you guys would not get anything out of the deal. So the deal would either stay the same or you would be bought out. With that said, we have no intentions of selling anything. We have no intentions of selling the company or any of the intellectual property. We come from a different background as internet marketers. We know how to monetize things. We know how to run projects and build systems and build machines that take a lot of the work out of maintaining these properties in these games. So I can't imagine a time where we would want to get rid of our games because they're going to be making so much money. There's no reason to. We want everyone to make as much money as possible. We want to see you guys make as much money as possible, and we want to share the profit out as much as we can. So hopefully that answers the questions that you guys had with that. But again, I have no intentions of ever selling any intellectual property or the company itself. So owning a game studio has been a dream of mine my entire life. So it's not something that I'm doing just for the heck of it or, to build it up and sell it. It's not a pump and flip type thing where we're just pumping the company up to sell it. I want to be running Holy Fire Games for a very, very, very long time. So that is all of the stuff that I have. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask now. We would greatly appreciate if you guys keep the new ambassadors coming in and the coin sales coming in. The more money that we can bring in this month, the more paid advertising that we can do next month for both Day of the Infected and 20 Lives when it launches. So the more reserves that we can build up, the more paid traffic that we can send. I want to do some YouTube ads, Facebook ads, maybe Instagram. Haven't done a lot with Twitter ads, but we can definitely try it out to see what kind of return we get on it. But any help that you guys can do to bring in some new ambassadors and to get game coins going, that would be great. And then again, the IO games will be consolidated next week. I forgot to mention traffic updates. So I started the traffic back up. Again, this is something that I constantly am monitoring. So we're back up to 500,000 page views a day. I'm checking it out for a few weeks. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can keep it going. And then if everything looks good, I've got a call tomorrow with one of our ad providers to see how the traffic's looking for them. And if it's looking good, then we're going to bump it up to 1 million a day again. So it's definitely something that we're going to be keep monitoring and keep checking it out. But that's a great way to bring revenue into the company ongoing to keep that going so we can get our own traffic. So Mel asked, what do you think the cutoff date will be for having the financial information turned in? We're going to be testing with the group that's already over the payout limit this month. And once that all goes smooth, then we're gonna import everyone that set it. So if you haven't set it, then you'll just miss out on a pay cycle. So we're not going to keep waiting. This month we want to test the process from start to finish, actually do a payout. So we want to get the whole process working smoothly, and then we'll open it up to everyone. And then from there on, if you don't fill out your profile, then you just won't get paid. So if you see this note on the top of your page here, make sure you fill out your profile. Clayton, yeah, I understand Twitter isn't as good as the other ones. It's not really that type of a site for game advertising. So that's the same thing I've heard too. I don't know how Facebook ads are doing anymore, but YouTube, we could target other game videos that are in our genre. So YouTube would be perfect. We put a nice video ad together. That would be the ideal place. Also with YouTube, you don't have to pay if they don't watch. If they skip the video, then you don't have to pay for it. So we can definitely test everything out. But I would think YouTube would be the best to show the game footage and get people hooked right away, and then have a button right to the Steam download page. So all in all, things are going awesome, guys. This month, we're working on getting the Steam page public so that it'll say coming June 1st. Working on just getting everything ready to go with the game. Working with 20 Lives. So lots of stuff going on this month. everything's going great. Can't wait to get these games released and start getting some serious revenue coming into the company. Mobile phone entry is not required. Just any phone number in there in case we need to get a hold of you for payment problems. So any phone number that you can put in here, whether it's a mobile or a home phone, anything that we can get a hold of you with would be good, just so we can get a hold of you easily if we need to. And then that should be good. Any other questions, comments, concerns? I hope everyone's excited as we are. It's been a long first quarter, second quarter. What day starts? Is it July? It starts quarter three, Q3. We're ready for some serious revenue. I don't know about you guys. We're ready to start cranking it out here and start crushing it. We've got a lot of infrastructure in place and a solid foundation to build upon now. So I'm ready. I know you guys are too. Just waiting for the delay here to see if anyone has any questions. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up and we'll call it good, and I'll update you guys again next week. Heck yeah, I'll go to the Bahamas. How about in the winter? Because I hate winter, especially in Iowa. All right, guys. You guys have a great week. If you guys have any questions, we're always here at the support desk or in Discord. We will talk to you guys soon. We'll see you as soon as I find my window here. I got so many windows open. There we go. All right. See you guys. Thanks.